Okay guys, I'm gonna put some vegetable oil. Just enough to heat it up. And then we're gonna get this chicken here. Just move it around. We got some chicken here. We marinated overnight. Okay, so we're just gonna sear this chicken and then we're gonna put it in the oven once it's seared. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding this. The heat is at low. So that's kind of where you want it at. We'll bump the heat up right now. All right. Smells good. All right. Now what we're trying to do is just get a sear on them to lock in all the juices. And then we can put them in the oven, cook on low, finish the cooking process. All right. Go.
Trata de ponerlas todas y luego le subes el volumen.
Yeah. Bueno. All right, guys, we're gonna bump the heat up now. All right. We're gonna preheat the oven to 450. All right. So we turn the heat up on high so we can sear these things. All right, guys, so we're gonna make a salsa. Got some tomatoes, we got some tomatillos, some ginger, some garlic, some pepper, and what's this?
Oregano.
And oregano. So we're gonna go ahead and heat up some water over here in this pot. And got some water right here, no? We gotta warm it up. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and add some water in here. Gonna add our tomatoes in next, just enough to cover them. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and peel these and wash them. So it's time to flip these. You can tell when it's start to see a little caramelizing at the bottom there. It's time to flip them. Remember, we're just gonna sear these before putting them in the oven.
En este pedacito tiene como duro. Este pedacito se lo quito para que no quede feo. Y aquí le doy una cortadita aquí para cuando se cosan quitarles el pellejito.
So I made salsas. I didn't know you're supposed to take the skin off the tomato, which is a good tip. Thank you, Mama. Guys, we're gonna add the tomatoes in the water. Tomatillos, we're gonna put 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna add these.
Sí, también.
All right.
So están bien maduros y dan muy buen sabor.
2, 4, and 6, 7. What kind of tomatoes are the little ones?
Pues tomatoes de la ensalada, pero lo
cherry,
puede ser cualquiera.
Cherry tomatoes. They're already seared on both sides, as you can see. So we're gonna throw this whole pot in the oven for 45 minutes. We're gonna cover it with some aluminum foil, all right? Just so it doesn't burn. And we're gonna do both sides. We're gonna go ahead and shut this off. Gonna leave it there at 350, okay guys? Okay guys. Right now, the oven's set at 450, preset. So we're gonna go ahead and put our meat in here. All right. We're gonna leave it in here. We're gonna set a timer for 45 minutes. It's better at 375. 450 is a little too high. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it now. 450 was just for preheating. So we got our salsa going and the skin is starting to basically separate from the tomatoes. That's when you know that the tomatoes are almost done. For the tomatillos, if they're still bright green, they're not done yet. They have to change color. So they're almost there. So we put some oil in the pot and we're gonna add 10 cashews. You can put peanuts as well. We're just gonna toast these up, and then on this side here, we just added a clove of garlic, a little piece of ginger, and then we have some consome de pollo in that spoon, just about a teaspoon of that, and then we have some black pepper there. We have cumin, and then we have oregano as well. Add 2 chile de árbol and stir it up. All right, guys, so these cashews are all done. And I'm just gonna add them to our blender here. All right, they're nice and golden brown. So at this point, you wanna add all the condiments we talked about. So we're gonna get our mix here, just dump it in. And then we're gonna start peeling our tomatoes and just get the skin off these tomatoes. And then just drop them in. It's pretty hot. If you don't have fire hands, put some gloves on or something. But yeah, these are pretty hot. That's how you want it to look after it's peeled. You can wait till they get cool. And these, I think we throw them in like this. So we just throw them in. The little cherry tomatoes. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the tomatillos in there. You can dump the whole thing or throw them one by one. All right. You could have just dumped the whole thing as well, but it's just showing you guys. And there you go. Add that water. That's it. That's ready to blend. So we're gonna add a little bit of oil in here because we're gonna add the salsa back into it and add a little bit more salsa to finish the salsa. So there was some salsa from the adobo from when we marinated the chicken. So you add a little bit to a pot, just enough to cover the bottom, like that, on medium heat.
Estoy haciendo un pequeño adobo para marinar 5 libras de pollo. Tengo 3 chiles California remojados, 3 Nuevo México y 1 pasilla. Ya los tengo desvenados, remojados y listos para agregar los ingredientes. Y aquí le voy a poner 10 ajos a la licuadora y le voy a poner 2 cucharitas de sal, media taza de vinagre rojo, una cucharita de orégano, una de pimienta, una de semillas de cilantro, 5 clavos de olor, una cucharita chica de cominos. Voy a agregar todo en la licuadora y no le voy a poner agua, así con esa agua que tiene es suficiente, o tal vez le ponga un chorrito para que no sufra la licuadora. Lo voy a moler muy bien y voy a adobar el pollo. El adobo y lo agregué aquí en el pollo, son chicken thighs. Lo voy a dejar toda la noche que se marine, pero lo pueden marinar unas 2-3 horas antes. Y voy a reservar un poco de adobo para mañana agregarle a otra salsa diferente que le voy a agregar al pollo.
So you let the adobo cook for about 2 minutes, and then we add the base salsa that we made. Looks like a heart.
Es como hacer birria, ¿eh? Casi como la birria.
Okay.
Le puse pollo salsa birria.
This is Chile art.
Okay, agua.
Add a little bit of water in there. Keep mixing slowly. It's kind of trippy. Don't drop the phone. Looks good. So we're gonna make Mexican rice. We put a little bit of oil All right. Meanwhile, we're gonna chop up this onion and we're gonna get ready. Put it in this blender. And we got a little clove of garlic too. And we're gonna chop this up. This is good. It's gonna be blended anyways. So once it's just kind of chop it up a little bit. Throw it in the blender. I'm gonna do the same thing to the tomatoes. We're gonna add 2 tomatoes for the rice. I'm gonna just chop this up here. And add this to the blender here. All right. It's gonna blend, so you just wanna kind of dice it up a little bit. Meanwhile, I got some water cooking, heating up for the rice. We already washed the rice. And for the rice, it's 2.5 cups of rice. So that's 5 cups of water that we're gonna add later. Okay, so let's go ahead and add all our tomatoes in here. And we're gonna add the tomato sauce as well in the blender. And we'll put that aside for now. And we're gonna go ahead and get our rice, put it into the oil. What we're trying to do is brown the rice. All right guys, so we got our blend ready and I'm gonna wait for this to brown. It's not there yet, then we're gonna add it. All right guys, gonna add 1 chile in there, serrano, and you wanna poke a couple holes inside of them with the knife or with your nail, just so it doesn't pop up. All right guys, so when you're cooking the rice, it can't be see-through. It has to actually change color, and that's how you know it's ready. See those little brown pieces? All right guys, so the rice is ready. We're gonna add our blend to it. Okay, gonna mix this in. We're gonna cook it until the red starts to disappear. That's how we know it's almost ready. It'll take a few minutes. You gotta be careful when you mix the rice and not damage the rice. Gotta kind of be gentle with the rice.
Mira, ahí está exactamente como se va a ver, como tostadito.
So once it starts getting toasted, that's when you know it's time to put the water in. So we're gonna add the water. Let's shut off the gas and add the water. We preheated this water. We're gonna add a Consome de pollo. We added 2.5 tablespoons, which is 1 tablespoon per cup of rice. We're gonna mix this in, cover it, and it'll be done pretty soon. 15 minutes cook. We're gonna turn the heat back on. And we're gonna let it sit for 15 minutes. So we covered the rice and we're gonna leave it on low heat. And you're gonna leave it for 15 minutes, and after you're done cooking it, you wanna leave it for another 10 minutes to rest before serving. Oh yeah, so we just took it out of the oven, and we're gonna check it for tenderness.
Oh, está perfecto.
Try some.
Está, si metes el tenedor y ves que se mueve la carne, ¿te fijas? Mira cómo está.
Oh man.
Es que está bien tiernita. Y si lo metes el tenedor y te viene toda junta, es que no está bien. Esta sí está bien, pero está muy grueso el pedazo. Pero si le puchas, se mueve la carne.
Looks like it's ready, guys. Nice and tender. I'm going for a bite. Oh man, tastes like birria. We're gonna throw it back in the oven just to get it nice and toasty on top. It's already cooked. So we remove the aluminum foil. We'll throw it back in the oven just to toast the top of it. All right, guys. So we pulled it out of the oven. It's all done now. It's nice and tender, and it's golden brown on the top. So we're gonna go ahead and serve the food. But yeah, this is it, guys. So this is after 10 minutes of sitting, and the rice is ready to serve. That's good.
¿Quieres también el niño pollo?
Yeah, just one piece of chicken for Damien.
Ok, ay. Voy a poner un poquito de salsa porque
That's
no sé
good.
si le
Así,
gusta
no,
a él.
así,
Si le gusta picoso o
That's
no.
good like that. Damien, you like the food?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Grandma made it. Look at that.